Happy Summerween! I'm Mary and I hook books. I crochet things inspired by books. This week I'm inspired by the Summerween Readathon, a week-long event where we bring the chills, thrills, and fun of Halloween to the summer. This year we have kind of a pink theme, so I'm doing a green and pink themed blanket. The prompts are read something with pink on the cover, read something with fewer than 250 pages, a new to you author, a thriller horror, and a book at night. So I have had some really great success. See the previous vlog for some 5-star reviews. Exciting, exciting. And we're gonna hope that continues through the rest of the week. Fireworks were not as bad as we thought they would be. They were not great. Babies were not super happy, but they also weren't really that traumatized, so we're calling it a win. Today, very chill but not super productive day at work, but it was a short day for me, so I started before I went to work and finished on my way home from work. The third in the They Lurk Beneath series, We Hide Our Faces. This was unlike the other two in a good way. The first one was very slow, very like, what is going on? The second one, we got a lot more information about what was going on, and it was a cult. So, love that for me. And in this one, like, we start pretty early with, like, some scary action and go, 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 go. So, I do enjoy that. Like, it was still scary, but in a very different way than the first book, especially. And this had like a genuine book jump scare. Like, those are very hard to pull off, but I literally went like, oh, oh. So that was really great. It wasn't grotesque and gross, but it is very like, wait, how are you flat and three-dimensional and you have like 4 different faces and too many fingers and not enough upper arms? And so like it's very, what is that, cosmic Lovecraftian kind of like horror. There is a little bit of like blood, but it's not gratuitous, I don't think. But like, the library, save the library. I enjoyed this, as you may have guessed. The first one was an office building, the second one was a cruise ship, and this one is in the library. Not the library. So this was interesting. It brought the previous 2 books together, and I don't know what it's really saying. There is something to be said. Is this a spoiler? The little boy is like, yeah, the monster makes things more of themselves. As a person, how do you make yourself more of yourself? So that is a really interesting question. Like, what people will embrace to make themselves more themselves. Interesting. The author's note says that this is the last, this is a trilogy and is done, but like one of the characters, he said, is probably going to have more adventures in the future. So I would love a spin off series. I haven't read anything else from this author. My library doesn't have a lot of his books. I'll have to check out Libro FM. I'm trying to wean myself off of Audible, but a lot of his stuff, unfortunately, I think is Audible exclusive. Anyway, We Hide Our Faces. I really enjoyed this. Not quite as much as the Rachel Harrison or the Ibsen, the Withering, but a solid 4.5 stars. Books should have a decapitation in the first chapter. There is some like military PTSD flashbacky stuff that it can be done well, but when it's done in like a hokey way, I get a little bit annoyed. So we'll see, but so far so good. Okay. It was not so long ago. You were dying, dying. There's Fry. Munster is playing with things, so if you hear jingling in the background. And I had my hair in braids for like 2 days, and now I wish I had somewhere to go, because like it's so shiny and it has like so much volume. Okay, bye Fry. He's gonna go play with his brother. But I started Port Luck, and this is giving me 30 Days of Night vibes because it takes place in Alaska, and like Antlers vibes as like a folk horror. Like, I don't know if it's a Wendigo, but like it kind of has those like vibes. I'm using vibes a lot, but I have been enjoying this. It is like, there is no ambiguity. There is something in the wilderness that is killing people, like decapitating them and eating their organs. I like things that, like, this is campy, not like super campy, but it is very creature feature, and I enjoy that. It is, I didn't realize, I didn't even read the cover. It says based on a true story, because I was like, I feel like I've heard this before, and yeah, it's based on Port Luck, Alaska. And there was a video that I watched several years ago from Simon Whistler. But so far, I am really enjoying it. I thought it was gonna be a little bit questionable, but like, I am enjoying the characters more than I thought I would. Like, they are more like cool, chill, like, yeah, because a lot of the time when you put in like a veteran with PTSD, you're like, oh, this stereotype you're gonna be but he wasn't. He's like a really cool, chill guy, and I like the dynamic. There's a character who is black and gay and a cop, and like, yeah, some people in the town are kind of dicks about it, but others are like, no, like, sorry that you're literally the only black person in an entire town, but like, no, we love you, you're cool. just do your job. So, yeah, I am enjoying it so far.
Okay, let's let it go. Like if you were dying, dying, dying. I hate when you look like a ghost. I'm just praying, praying for you. Baby, don't cry. I'm right here. Open all your doors, but don't cry, cry, cry. Don't cry, don't cry. Tell me.
Of course, landscapers have to come in the 5 minutes that I have to film. And Munster is like, hey, look, packing paper. So I'll make this quick. I finished Portluck. Classic, there's something in the woods that's coming to kill us, and it was pretty gory, people literally getting ripped limb from limb, which, I mean, that's fine, they're humans. There is, pet death that is talked about. It is not, on screen. You do see the dead pets. So, normally that is the cardinal sin for me. I'm like, no, if you kill the dog. But it was, it wasn't gratuitous. And, I mean, yeah, it's very 30 Days of Night. They have to take care of the animals first. So, overall, really enjoyed this, and I think I gave it 4 stars. Not meant for this heat. There have been hotter summers, but I think we keep getting these extreme UV warnings, and the sun is sucking the life out of me. I should read a vampire book. But I finished Portluck, and that had nice snowy vibes. I also last night finished The Midnight Timetable. And this, from just a writing perspective, this was the best book I've read so far this week. This is really great with allegory. It does feel like a Korean Aesop's Fables with ghosts. Some of the stories were just weird. Some of them were actually kind of scary. We're at the Institute, which holds haunted items, and we're talking with the shift supervisor, and she's just telling the stories about some of the artifacts. And it did have some really funny moments. They're like, oh my gosh, and then what happened? And they'd say something like, oh yeah, they just moved to be closer to the family. So that was really cute. I like that one of the scarier ghosts, Like, he's not like, boo, scary, or even like creepy scary. He's just ordinary. And like, you can't quite remember. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't love it for just a story perspective. I think I would recommend this pretty widely. So, like, yeah, even though it's not for me, I think this is a really good, well written book with an interesting take on ghost stories. Thank you for joining me this week. I had some ups and downs, but overall had a really good time. Munster's high, so like he's having a really good time. Fireworks weren't even that bad, so Fry is doing all right as well. How are you doing? I know like we've had a heat wave. Do you have a heat wave? Are you staying cool? Are you hydrating? Are you getting your rest? Take care of yourselves, as always. Please do the YouTubies, subscribe, comment, share, etc. And as always, keep your head up, shoulders back, and breathe.